You're watching Reality Check. There's no other way to say it, but the east of Delhi is a communal tinderbox. As of tonight, the number of those killed in the violence has risen to 11 and over 100 wounded in communal riots linked to protests over the Citizenship Amendment Act. Getting to the bottom of who started it remains unclear. But by most accounts, the provocation seems to have been a speech given by the BJP leader Kapil Mishra, who gave a warning to the anti-CAA protesters holding a sit-in in a place called Jafrabad in Shadra in East Delhi to clear off or else. Since then, the flashpoints of violence are spreading. Jafrabad, Maujpur, Babarpur, Chandbagh, Bhajanpura, Gokulpuri, Karawal Nagar. Densely packed, mostly low-income areas where Hindus and Muslims live in close proximity. What has allowed the violence to spread has been the role of the police, ranging from an ineffectiveness to at times siding with the majority. Watch this viral video of the police prodding a group of men lying on the road, asking them to chant the national anthem. At times, the police seem to almost egg on the mobs, like in this video tweeted by the Reuters reporter Devjot Ghoshal. Reporting on the violence through regular means is next to impossible. Both sides are deeply hostile to the media. At least 4 of our colleagues were beaten while on duty. One of them, Arvind Gunasekar, actually lost a tooth. Saurabh Bharadwaj was beaten. So was my colleague Maria Malavi. Saurabh Shukla, I beg your pardon. So even journalists have not been spared. This is what my colleague Arvind Gunasekar sent from Karawal Nagar in East Delhi shortly before he was beaten up. Neighborhoods set ablaze, the roads strewn with stones. My colleague Akshay Dongre sent at great risk this video of a tire market set on fire in Gokulpuri, also in East Delhi. So my colleague Maryam Alavi and I were in East Delhi today trying to report on the violence with and without TV cameras. We began our journey with Jafrabad, not far from the site of the anti-CAA protests, encountering anger, fear and also an island of sanity. So we are here now in a sense in the ground zero of where these clashes have erupted in North-East Delhi. If you can see behind me, there are some police here, and then beyond that you see this crowd gathered here. This is what is called the Jafrabad area. These are where you see members of the minority community. They have gathered here on the road in large number, but they are holding on to here. Okay, they don't want us to film. Nahi kar rahe. So if you can see, there is a lot of anger about the media, the way that it has been represented. Already some stones are starting to come, so we are not going to film anymore. We will turn the camera the other side. We will turn the camera and walk towards the other side where we are not going to get the crowd agitated. So we are in Maujpur, which, as we said, is one of the epicenters where the violence is taking place. This is one of the mohallas where people are here with us. ये आप बताइए आपका नाम और आप क्या करते हैं?
मैं शहजाद नाम है मेरा गारमेंट्स का काम है।
सिराज अहमद नाम है मेरा।
नईम नाम है मेरा। मेरी शॉप में शॉप है, घर भी है।
अच्छा।
रोड पे।
और यहाँ जो पूरी क्राउड है इसमें सब मिक्स्ड लोग हैं, हिंदू मुस्लिम दोनों। अच्छा, आपका नाम क्या है?
मेरा नाम वसीम है।
अच्छा, वसीम है। यहाँ पर कोई हिंदू भाई भी हैं जो क्राउड में है? अच्छा, आपका नाम?
मुकेश कुमार।
अच्छा, आप मुकेश कुमार हैं। अच्छा, बताइए, मतलब यहाँ पर ऐसा कुछ आपसी कुछ नहीं?
पहले कभी नहीं, अभी जाके थोड़ा कुछ बातें खराब हो गई है, इसी वजह से हो गया है, पहले कभी नहीं हुआ ऐसे।
अच्छा, तो यहाँ पर आप सब लोग एक दूसरे पे का ख्याल रखे हुए हैं?
सब भाइयों से मिलकर रहते हैं, ऐसी बात
नहीं, ये बहुत जरूरी चीज़ है दिखाना, क्योंकि ऐसा लग रहा है ना कि पूरा हिंदू मुस्लिम हो गया, लेकिन यहाँ पर
कुछ ऐसे तबके आ गए हैं बीच में जो ये चीज़ क्या नाम है भाईचारा ख़त्म करना चाह रहे हैं जिसमें तो इसमें थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिक्स का भी कुछ देखो रोल है इसमें जहाँ तक कहा जाएगा।
अब प्रोटेस्ट तो इतने दिन से चल रहा है, महीनों से चल रहा है
तो
प्रोटेस्ट, कभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ। अब आगे वो कपिल मिश्रा जी यहाँ आगे बोलते हैं कि हो गया, उस जब से एकदम से हो गया, नहीं तो महीनों से जाफराबाद में प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है। कभी किसी हिंदू को परेशानी नहीं, ना किसी मुस्लिम को परेशानी है, वो अपने बैठे करते रहो, उनको वो उनकी प्रॉब्लम है। लेकिन एकदम आगे यहाँ पर के कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे। अब ये
और इस सब में पुलिस का क्या रवैया रहा आपके साथ?
पुलिस कुछ नहीं करा सर, पुलिस ने कुछ भी नहीं करा। अगर पुलिस चाहती तो कुछ भी नहीं होता। परसों रात से अगर पुलिस अपना जैसे जो पुलिस का काम है अगर वो अपना काम करती है ना 10% भी, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो कुछ भी होता। जब इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद पुलिस की वजह से सब कुछ हुआ है।
From here we come to the predominantly Hindu Mojpur Chowk area, and it's from here that Kapil Mishra, the BJP leader, had made a provocative speech 2 days ago.
मैं आप सबके बिहाफ पे ये बात कह रहा हूँ, ट्रंप के जाने तक तो हम शांति से जा रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके बाद हम आपकी भी नहीं सुनेंगे अगर रास्ते खाली नहीं हुए तो। ठीक है? ट्रंप के जाने तक आप जाफराबाद और चांदबाग खाली करवा लीजिए, ऐसी आपसे विनती कर रहे हैं। उसके बाद हमें रोड पे आना पड़ेगा।
So now we are in Mojpur, in the Mojpur Chowk, and this is one of the epicenters of where the pro-CA protesters had gathered, and that was seen as also one of the triggers of the violence. But now, as you can see, this chalk has been cleared by the police. There is a large police presence here. Of course, most of them seem to be standing here passively, but such protesters as there were since yesterday have been cleared. So just to give you a sense of how ineffective, in a sense, the police has been in this situation, you can see here that there's a police post in Babarpur, it says, and right in front of that post, you can see that vehicles, motorcycles have been burnt by the mobs. Okay, so this was the last point where there was relative calm, but it's at this point that we had to abandon our TV camera. There was simply no way that as we approached the latest flashpoint of violence that the mobs would have let us film. And so we set off on foot towards the Mojpur-Babarpur metro, which, as I mentioned, had become the latest flashpoint, and we tried to report using cell phone cameras wherever we could. Within moments of crossing the Mojpur metro, a wounded man, bleeding from the head, carried out. A few moments later, what appeared to be shots ring out to applause. Jai Shri Ram slogans are heard being chanted. As we approach Vijay Park in Babarpur, a young man tells us a shop of a Muslim owner has been looted. As we approach the shop, smoke billows from it. It's a shop that sells trophies and medals. A local activist attempts to put out the fire. Just across from where the police are positioned is a Muslim mob, also armed with stones and lathis. The police make attempts to keep both sides from confronting each other. But the violence refuses to die out. A transformer catches fire at one point. Across the Nalla, young men, Muslims, gathered on the rooftops of Kabir Nagar, throw stones towards Vijay Park. The favor is returned. The police mostly standing by. Okay, now that was just a fraction of what we could film, but what we saw and heard was far, far worse. My colleague Mariam Alavi is here in the studio with me, and in fact, a lot of it we can't report. But Mariam, now you were actually at Maujpur Chowk. I had gone a little far ahead. You were actually in Maujpur Chowk, and you actually witnessed somebody being beaten in front of your eyes.
Yes, Vasu. So there was a man wearing white, a skull cap and sporting a beard, riding pillion on a scooter. And as he pulled through, when the scooter was going through the road, there was, first we heard a huge hue and cry. Somebody was, saying something. There was a lot of noise. And then what I saw right opposite me, they had grabbed the man by the back of his shirt, pulled him off the moving scooter and started beating him up. His only crime seems to have been that he looked of a certain community, and he was in the area of the other majority community. And within 5 seconds before I could get my phone camera out, the police came in and intervened and got people to separate. So that's another thing. So the police were within a 5-second distance from where this happened.
But they could still pull him off the scooter and they start beating him
they felt
before they intervened.
Emboldened to do that.
In fact, one of the very, very worrying things about that area, which we both heard, was that there was a microphone at the chalk. There were instructions that were continuously being given about people being asked to wear helmets, arm themselves with lathis, when they should move forward, when they should move back. So it didn't just seem entirely spontaneous. There was an element of almost design in the way that the mobs were being organized.
Yes, Vasu. So, I mean, the video that we saw with the injured man, that's right around the place where the speakers were put up. And some of the things that we heard over those speakers were slogans that could incite violence. Then there were people who were being asked to wear helmets because there's stone pelting happening and safety is important. There's also questions. There were also instructions being given to the crowds about move forward, let's not go there, come back, etc., etc.
Okay, deeply worrying. Thanks very much indeed, Mariam Alvi, for that. Also joining us on the show tonight, we have with us Atishi, who is, of course, a leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, also a spokesperson for it. Vrinda Grover, senior advocate, is here in the studio with us. We have T.R. Kakkar, former police commissioner of Delhi Police, and Mamta Kale, leader, spokesperson, BJP. Vrinda Grover, this is not good. Things are not good at all.
No, I think we are in a very, very worrying situation which is escalating, and it is not simply escalating because people are losing their mind or there is madness. These are descriptions that are usually given to communal this kind of violence, that the mob has gone mad. There is the police, there is the union government, there is the state government. There is responsibility and they have the power and authority to stop it. The videos that you have shown in this program and many more are available on social media.
Yes.
They are showing that the violence is allowed to be escalated. They are showing that there is targeting. As was just told to us by Mariam, that a man can be pulled off because he's a Muslim, he's pulled off a scooter. The police is standing there. Why is there no fear of the police? What is it that they know that the police will not intervene and will not act? This is happening, and this is not new to this city. Some of us have seen and witnessed 1984 massacre of the Sikhs. The police played exactly the same role. So please don't, I just heard the PRO of the Delhi police give some press conference. It did not inspire any confidence to say we are doing everything. All videos are showing either acts of omission or commission. There is a video you have shown where the police is actually beating up a man, asking him that how dare he have ever raised a slogan. We don't know whether he did or he didn't. Those policemen, have we heard any senior police officer say that strict action will be taken? Has any senior police officer? I want to at the same time say that yes, the killing of the head constable, the death of the head constable is extremely grievous.
Very, very grievous.
And it must be condemned in the strongest term. But this is a communal police force which is allowing this to happen. This is not a professional police force on the ground. And the violence is escalating. And all three, authorities, the union, the state government
Must
and Delhi
answer for
police
it.
are answerable for this.
Now, Atishi, I know that, you know, Delhi police comes under the Home Ministry, but you have 62 MLAs. You have presence on the ground. Why aren't we seeing more of you on the ground trying to douse fires?
No, Srinivasan, I think you're absolutely mistaken in that. Our MLAs are present on the ground, our cadre is present on the ground, not just in North-East, but in several other parts of Delhi where there are risks of the violence escalating. But I think that the fact of the matter is that this is now a law and order problem. And I personally think that this is now not the time to say that who picked up the first stone, who pelted the first stone, who fired the first gun.
Sure.
I think now there have been instances of violence on all sides. And we should be very clear that people who are injured, people who are dying,
Yes.
are policemen, are civilians, are Hindus, are Muslims, they are
Yes.
Delhiites, they are Indians. And I think that we also as commentators, media persons, now we need to be, I think need to be extremely careful about the kind of statements we are making
I
to
agree.
not provoke the violence any further, even from our end.
No, I agree,
But
Atishi, that
I
we need
think
to be
that
responsible.
one thing is very clear.
Yes.
For whatever reasons, I think at this point of time, can we say that the police is intentionally not acting? Is it because of incompetence? But at this point of time, it is very clear that the police is incapable of stopping the violence that is happening in Delhi. 48 hours have passed.
Yeah.
There is arson, there is violence, 10 deaths have been confirmed, hundreds are injured. I think it is very clear that the central government should now call for the army, call for paramilitary forces, enforce a curfew in the area. Because
You
now
think the
we
army
know
should
the
be
fact
called
that
out?
Delhi police is incapable.
You think the army needs to be
Absolutely.
called out?
What other choice do you have?
But I have to say,
Absolutely. What other choice do you have?
okay, hold on. So I want to say this. I mean, I think, you know, when it comes to being responsible about reporting the story, we are very responsible and we are very careful to show that it's not as if, you know, this is just one or the other side. Our report was in fact fairly nuanced. But at the same time, what we do see and what we come across, when we do see and we come across an asymmetry of the violence and the asymmetry of the targeting of one versus the other, we have to report that as well. That said, Atishi, I have to push back a little bit on your claim that your people are out on the ground. For example, where we were today in North-East Delhi, Gopal Rai, your ministers from there, one of the areas where we were standing, there was a there's one of those posters or signboards with his name right at the background of where this violence was taking place. We spoke to a number of people in that area and they said nobody, he's not come, no one from AAP has come for the past 48 hours.
Srinivasan, first of all, I have no idea about the specific locality that you have gone to. Our cadre is definitely on the ground, number one. Number two, I think that as a responsible media person, you also have to realize that it is not as if that an Aam Aadmi Party MLA is going to be present like a superhero and will stop all the bullets and stop all the stone pelting. The fact of the matter is that on the ground presence means going from house to house to house, speaking to people,
Yes.
ensuring that calm is maintained, ensuring that different religious groups, different community leaders
Why not?
actually come together and to ensure that violence does not break out. And that is exactly what the Aam Aadmi Party
Can I just
cadre has
come
been
into a
doing.
meeting?
If your expectation,
Yes.
if your expectation is that the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs will be standing in the middle of the road right in front of TV cameras, then I think that that is in fact even a misplaced expectation, number one. Number two, I think that we need to be very clear about the fact that this is a law and order problem.
Okay, I'm
And
not suggesting that at all.
law and order situation does not get out of hand.
Okay,
is the responsibility of the central
Okay,
government.
let's- okay,
First
okay.
of all, of the police, and in the
Okay.
absence of the police, it is the responsibility of the MHA to
Okay.
call in paramilitary forces, to call in the
Okay,
army,
Atishi.
to ensure that law and order is maintained.
Okay, all right, Atishi, hold on. I mean, obviously, I would not suggest that, you know, AAP MLAs have to stand in front of the cameras. I was obviously talking about being part of efforts to try and build peace. Mamta Kale, to you, I mean, isn't this a huge failure of the Home Minister, the Home Ministry? The Home Ministry controls Delhi police. What is going on?
You know, first of all, I would remind you that today Honorable Home Minister called for all party meeting and requested everyone to maintain peace and harmony, not in only in Delhi, but across India, number one. Number two, I also would want to approach and urge and request to, you know, the leaders like Mr. Owaisi, Mr. Waris Pathan, and all those Maulvis who have been giving hate speeches right from Nanded to UP to Bihar to Bengal. Kindly do not use such strong words where you ask people or call people to come on road and
what
say,
does that have to do with Delhi?
Kharaba karenge. Also,
what does that have to do with Delhi?
Also,
hold on. What does that have to do with Delhi?
Of course, it has got to do with CAA, and in the name of CAA, these people are using exactly the same modus operandi which they have used in JNK for years together.
Mamta,
in the name of Article 370.
It's a law and order problem.
Mamta, for the love of God. Mamta, just a second. Atishi, hold on. One at a time. Atishi, one at a time.
Whoever is speaking, Atishi, can you give me some time? I did not utter even a single word when you were speaking, so I would expect the same from you. Thank you.
But Mamta, hold on.
I also want to talk
Mamta,
about
hold on. Mamta.
No, just a second.
No, just a second, Mamta. I need to ask you, since you brought up political parties, the person most directly connected with this violence is your own leader, Kapil Mishra. Why aren't you taking action against him? You should be asking for his arrest. Nobody else. The BJP should be asking for his arrest.
I would say that I would request you and say be fair enough, at least now, Vasu, and call out all those who have been speaking nonsense and spreading hatred
out everybody
across India in the name of
called
Islam,
out everybody.
Do
you condemn Kapil Mishra? We've called out everybody. Do you condemn Kapil Mishra because he's from your party? But I'm asking you because he's from your party.
Let me complete.
No, do you condemn him or not? Do you condemn him or not?
That Mr. Manish Sisodia, who happens to be the Deputy CM of Delhi, Vasu, goes on to say on record that मुझे दिल्ली में रहते हुए डर लग रहा है. If a Deputy CM says this, then I would urge and request him that, sir, you should resign and go back. This is no way for a Deputy CM to come and talk like this.
Last time, do you condemn Kapil Mishra or not? Do you think he should be suspended, sacked from the BJP? He should be arrested? Yes or no?
I would suggest that all those Maulvis, also Mr. Waris Pathan, all of them should be arrested and put behind bars, who have been saying this 15 crore, 100 crore game, and in the presence of Mr. Owaisi,
it's all someone else's fault. Okay, Kakkar Saab. Okay, I need to go to Kakkar Saab.
Doing this, and I would request Delhi.
I need to go to Kakkar Saab. Kakkar Saab, please, Mamta. Kakkar Saab, Delhi police. 84,000 is the sanctioned strength. 1 second. 84,000 is the sanctioned strength of Delhi police. What's going on?
I think all the 84,000 are not combatants. Because we have in Delhi a very important dignitary visiting, and he's been there since morning. Purposely, the perpetrators of this particular agitation have chosen this time to embarrass the government, to embarrass everybody. Now, having said that,
why would the police allow
I am of the opinion that whether it, I will come to that. Give me time. Now, immediately, or it should have taken place much earlier.
Yes.
People like Mishra, people like Amanullah, people like Waris Pathan, and all those people who have been giving sermons, making people agitate from the ramparts of the masjids or mandirs, they must be immediately arrested, irrespective to which party they belong, to which religion they are from.
I completely agree.
Now, as true to her colors, Brinda has condemned everybody, Delhi police and the government.
Okay.
That is nothing worrying because she has
Let's
that.
not get into that.
She has that
But-
sort of thing.
But you're saying everybody
No,
should be
because
arrested.
I must get into that.
Last
She has
word.
condemned.
Yes.
Yes, arrested. Not only they be arrested.
Yes.
Immediately identify 100, 200, 400 people who
Okay.
are in any way trying to sort of tell people to burn buses and burn cars and
Okay.
kill people.
So you're saying the first
arrest
step
them under
is to
preventive
arrest
detention
the political
act.
leaders.
Preventive
Vrinda Grover,
detentions.
Last word.
And don't
What's going
forget
to-
about
what's
the
going to help?
forget about the
What's going to help contain the
Human
situation?
Rights
Right,
Commission
Kakkar
and
Saab.
forget
Okay.
about the courts
Okay.
for the time being.
Yes, Vrinda, what's going to help contain the situation?
I
at this
think
stage?
instead of the state government and the union government passing the buck to each other and citing hate speeches, and yes, Kapil Mishra's hate speech was an incitement, and he set a deadline and a timeline to when these riots should be provoked. And he made that speech to embarrass the union government at a time when a dignitary was about to arrive. This is something that I'm hearing now. Well, then Kapil Mishra needs to be asked these questions. Insofar as who's responsible and what should be done, the citizens of this city today, just now, about 15 of us as women citizens have gone and met with the Deputy Chief Minister, Manish Sisodia. We are trying to meet others to make this appeal that this escalation of violence is being allowed to happen.
Okay.
There should be SOS centers set up in every single district.
Right.
And that is something that AAP must do.
Okay.
After all, they have MLAs on the ground.
Sure.
They had people manning the booths. Where did those people disappear in 1 month?
Right.
Where are the safe houses? Calls are being flooded with SOS of people who are feeling that they are being encircled and targeted.
Right.
Insofar as Delhi police is concerned,
Yeah.
Delhi police cannot say this is a mob, we don't know what is happening. People are committing violence and arson and murder in front of them.
Okay, so
Delhi
they need to-
police is not acting. Who is giving these directions not to act?
Okay.
The Delhi police did the same thing, and there are reports, Mr. Kakkar, of committees. They are not my reports, they are not fact-finding reports, which condemn the Delhi police action,
Okay,
including
we
in
should-
Trilokpuri. The same story is being repeated.
Okay.
We know this story. We
Okay,
know
let's
the
not
script.
Condemn Delhi
Okay,
police.
that's going to-
What have you done?
Okay,
what
let's not
have
make
you
this
done?
personal.
What have you done
Let's
under
not
this?
make this personal.
Don't keep making.
Wonderful.
hope-
The
let's
Delhi
hope
police, the
peace-
union
What have
government,
you
the
done
state
as a
government is
citizen?
not
Okay,
responsible.
let's hope
the
everybody
citizens are
acts-
appealing
Have
for
you done
peace.
something?
Okay,
We
okay,
will
Vrinda.
hold you to account.
Okay,
All the
Vrinda,
time
Mr.
Delhi
Kakkar,
police.
we'll have to leave it
All the
there. We're
time.
completely out of
It is our
time
job
on
to
reality
hold you to
check.
account.
Let's hope that those in charge are finally going to walk the talk. We'll have to leave it there on reality check. Thanks for watching. Good night.